The role of being a synagogue president is no easy task. I already expressed my appreciation for those that have served in that role. And Larissa Trainer is our current synagogue president. It is unbelievable the amount that she accomplishes in a day, and that is just her focus on synagogue life. That by day, I hear she also has a very full-time job as well that occupies her time, as well as a beautiful family, 3 girls, and a very troublesome husband, Sean, who's smiling so proudly right over here. So I want to invite Larissa to come forward to share her reflections on the synagogue.
So the first time in my life I spoke publicly was last year at Kol Nidre. This is my second time. Let's see how I do. Good evening. My name is Larissa Trainer, and I'm the president of Beth-El. I, along with my husband Sean and our family, want to wish you and your families a happy and healthy new year. Shana Tova. I also want to welcome new families to our congregation. On behalf of our professional and lay leadership, we are so happy you are here. I recently went to a Baltimore Orioles game. They lost to my husband's team, the Detroit Tigers, but we saw a triple play. Who has seen one of those lately? We also saw 3 home runs and some other incredible plays. I was quickly reminded that Major League Baseball is really the cream of the crop. It's not the minor leagues where players develop their skills, hoping to play in the more modern stadiums and in front of huge crowds. These were highly skilled players at the top of their game. And the grass was impeccable. The stadium was world class, and the food wasn't bad either. All aspects of the experience were supposed to be flawless. It was that night in Baltimore that I started to craft my remarks to you. I start with this baseball story, not because Rabbi Harris roots for the lowly San Francisco Giants, or because the Nats are in first place and we'll start the playoffs next week. It's because I want to let you know that here at Beth-El, we are working hard to provide you a major league Jewish experience. Given that the President's annual address on Kol Nidre has become known as the State of the Synagogue, I'm proud to say that the state of Beth-El, despite some minor hiccups, is incredibly strong. And I'm excited to stand before you to discuss the actions we're taking to make it even stronger. As a Beth-El member, you have every reason to expect top-notch clergy, stimulating services, engaging education in preschool, religious school, and for adults, an array of programs that are meaningful, and a space to pray, learn, and interact with others that is attractive, welcoming, and safe. Despite our many successes in these areas, we are not resting on our laurels. This is why 18 months ago, we launched the ATID strategic planning process, and since then, we have been hard at work. The team engaged more than 900 members through focus groups, surveys, and conversations to better understand the needs of our congregation. They studied research on conservative Judaism in today's climate across the country, and they thought long and hard about our initiatives based on your input that can make Beth-El even stronger in the future. We looked in 4 areas: member engagement, spirituality, education, and development and finances. So what are the results? More than any other single factor, it's clear that members want to be part of an engaging and relevant Jewish community. You may be sitting here with your friends as I speak. It may be that your closest friends are here, and that's fantastic. We also know that many members seek additional ways to engage. We're a large community, and sometimes it's hard to connect and feel at home. If you feel this way, you are not alone. And it's not acceptable that you want to be an active, connected member, but don't have a clear entry point. To foster our community, One solution coming out of ATEED is to work to help members connect by finding relevant programming and activities and by making personal connections with other members and our clergy. We are piloting a new concierge program to foster membership engagement. We will have a staff member assigned to act as a liaison between our members in this pilot group and the array of activities, services, and events happening at Bethel. This concierge will help new members and all members feel more connected. We have started to reach out to our newest members to invite them to participate. If you're feeling like you need a way to get more connected, this may be your opportunity, and I encourage you to call Gerald Bear at Bethel next week to ask to join this program. A second ATEED area. Bethel is a home for Jewish worship, and ATEED studied how we pray and express our spirituality. Each of us takes different meaning from participating in religious services, but to help you meet your spiritual needs, whatever that means to you, the committee recommends engaging members with central questions of God, faith, and spirituality. The feedback showed an incredibly diverse range of needs and wants when it comes to our services. We heard many calls for keeping the status quo and a range of calls for more creative, less traditional ways to express devotion. How about Jewish meditation or outdoor services? We want to make our services meaningful and accessible for all, the Hebrew readers, the English-only folks, and those of you who may have many questions about God. So we're working to enhance our existing services and thinking beyond just Shabbat morning. Working with our clergy team, we will seek to even more effectively engage you in all your spiritual pursuits. We'll look to pilot alternative spiritual experiences. We'll look to engage more people in our already existing services, including the musical Friday night service and Saturday afternoon meditation that Hazan Fratkin led a few weeks ago, the beautiful monthly Kol HaNeshama service, and a range of clergy and lay-led services. Of course, our new Hazan, Asa Fratkin, will have a fresh perspective on this, and we hope that many of you will participate and even help lead these activities. Inherent in Bethel's culture is adding options and exploring what works. We are a conservative synagogue, so embracing tradition and change is central to who we are. Another area that is important to many members, we learn at Bethel. We want to be lifelong Jewish learners, and our ATEED committee recommends steps to strengthen our already strong preschool program, take steps to enhance religious school in a variety of ways, and also enhance adult learning options for a more diverse group of our members. Many of you engage in Bethel's education programs, including BEPS, Religious School, Skolnick Institute, the formal clergy classes, and informal ones like Rabbi Harris's Jews and Brews at Rock Bottom and Rabbi Werbin's monthly Midrash at Le Pen Quotidien. Clearly, this is an area that matters, and our ATEED Implementation Committee is rolling up our sleeves. By the way, that doesn't just mean the under 18 crowd. We want more members to find adult education opportunities relevant, meaningful, and accessible. There is another area of ATEED that is tangible, and you'll soon see the fruits of our labor. Our building must be welcoming to members and guests. We're making some changes to our lobby that will give a stronger first impression and make it even more welcoming place to engage with friends, wait for school programs to end, and congregate before and after services. Look for refurbishing to the lobby soon. We're also looking at how other spaces at Bethel are being utilized. This work is in the early stages and we'll report back on the results in the near future. We're also working to enhance member communications because to participate, you have to know about our programs in a timely and effective way. Several refreshed communications will be coming your way soon via the listserv, Shabbat announcements, our Facebook page, and our website. And now I want to talk to you about a topic that represents a real change at Bethel. We have to fund these programs. Unlike many other nonprofit organizations, Bethel hasn't had a culture of philanthropy, and that must change. Bethel is in the major leagues, where we have great activities to engage us, teach us, and support us when needed. Currently, these activities are funded by a limited amount of philanthropic support. However, if we are to sustain these activities and engage in new ones, we must obtain additional support if we are to keep our membership dues and tuition charges at competitive levels. As a Jew from the former Soviet Union, whose family was not permitted to practice Judaism, and who never had a place like Bethel until I came to Bethel, I fully appreciate how fortunate we are to have this sacred space in this community. And just last month, we saw something in the streets of Charlottesville that many of us never expected to see in America. And what that reinforced for me, and I suspect for many of us here, is how important our Jewish organizations and communities are, and how important it is for them to remain vibrant and strong. Bethel will become stronger through your financial support. The number of families giving to Bethel beyond dues is very small, and what we raise is far less than comparable synagogues. We will work hard to expand the number of families making philanthropic gifts to Bethel while maintaining our character, that Bethel is a welcoming place for everyone. That has been who we are for our 66-year history, and we will maintain that culture. But at the same time, we need to embrace our community by sustaining and creating these personal experiences for the future. To ensure that this priority is embraced by our entire community, we have started with our lay leaders. I am proud to say that 100% of the executive committee, every member of the congregation's board, and all development committee members have made donations or pledged for this current year, and most have made multi-year pledges. So we've done well with our leadership, but they should not be asked to bear the burden alone. We need support from our entire community. Many of you will be solicited in the coming months to participate in this effort. Since we can't call all 1,100 family units, we hope that those who aren't contacted nevertheless make the decision to support Bethel. Our goal is, no matter what size, every family will make annual gifts to Bethel beyond dues. If it's within your means, we hope you will give generously. Please make Bethel one of your family's top 3 charities of choice and support the programs that matter to our community. So, to take a step back, Atit examined the past and present to help plan a stronger future for Bethel. Now I'll pivot slightly and look to the coming year. And with that, I have a question for you. How many of you have been to Israel in the past 5 years? It's a good number. I had the pleasure of visiting Israel this summer with my family and a few other Bethel families. And if your experience was anything like mine, you saw the ancient and the modern. You had amazing meals and met incredible people. You also probably talked about the current political reality and learned a lot from the experience. This year is Israel's 70th anniversary, and for Bethel, this is the Year of Israel. It's our theme this year. You'll see communications about a wide range of events, but I'll highlight just one. On October 17th, we will welcome Ron Dermer, Israel's ambassador to the U.S., for an engaging speech that will focus on today's hot-button issues. This year, we will have a number of events where we'll all have the opportunity to learn about Israel, its culture, its politics, and its history, and a chance to reaffirm our relationship to that incredibly important and special place. Israel was a particular passion for my dear friend and our late president, Jerry Sorkin. Jerry was at Bethel for Rosh Hashanah last year and died a short time later. A small team led by former President David Mills has spent time considering an appropriate tribute to Jerry, and I'm proud to tell you that in Bethel's Year of Israel, Bethel is developing a 10th grade religious school Israel program in Jerry's name, culminating in a largely subsidized trip to Israel beginning next year. For this important generation of students, this trip will solidify their relationship with Israel, further their learning, and reinforce something that meant so much to Jerry and is central to our community. You will hear much more about this in the coming weeks, including ways you can help support the program and the trip for our confirmation class. I'll stay with another theme that was dear to Jerry's heart, and that is Tikkun Olam. As a congregation that cares deeply about the broader community, I'm proud of our robust activities and encourage you to get involved. Thanks to Cheryl Miller and her team, Bethel is making a real difference in people's lives. Get involved on Mitzvah Day on October 29th. Roll up your sleeves with our new refugee response team, or do something else. To be or Tikkun Olam at Bethel is for all members. The work is a good thing to do and the right thing to do. I'll close my remarks with this. If there was a single conclusion that from the T Committee's work, it was that all synagogue members have an important role to play participating in and enriching our congregation. A sense of community engagement is the glue that holds Bethel together, and every member is vital to our community. I urge you to get involved in the many programs we offer. Come to services on Saturday or a weekday minyan. Talk to me or a member of our congregational board and consider joining a committee. Help us grow, help us get stronger, because that's what Major League teams do. Thank you, and I wish you a happy and healthy New Year. Gmar Chatima Tova.